The Internet of Things has become one of the most important technologies, providing seamless communication between people, processes, and things. The surging need for wireless networking technologies continues to drive the entire market's growth. According to data presented by tradingplatforms.com, global IoT revenues are expected to hit $19.5 billion in 2022, showing a 13% year-over-year increase. Experts predict that revenues will spike by 45% in the next 3 years. Hello and welcome to VAR India News Hour. The number of global IoT connections grew by 8% in 2021 to 12.2 billion active endpoints, representing significantly lower growth than in previous years. Even as the global semiconductor shortage has slowed down the market supply and growth from the pre-pandemic levels, the global demand for smart solutions from industrial to security use cases is still rising. According to a Statista survey last year, global IoT revenues surged by 27% year-over-year to $17.3 billion worldwide. Although growth decelerated in 2022, revenues are still up by $2.3 billion or 13.3%. However, Statista expects IoT revenues to spike by another 45% to $28.3 billion by 2025. Smart home technologies remain the largest revenue stream of the IoT market with $19 billion in revenue in 2022, 13% more than last year. This segment of the IoT market is forecast to see a 45% growth in the next 3 years, with revenues rising to $27.7 billion worldwide. The other segment of the IoT market, finance technologies, have seen a slight revenue drop to $570 million in 2022, down from $580 million a year ago. By 2025, this figure is expected to increase to $630 million. The US is the leading market, but China sees higher revenue growth. With revenues of more than $4.7 billion in 2022, the United States is the IoT market leader. By 2025, the US market is set to reach a $6.3 billion value, growing by a CAGR of around 8% per year. At the same time, China, the world's second largest IoT market and the leading manufacturer of IoT devices, is expected to see revenues of $4.5 billion this year, 18% more than a year ago. Although both countries will see revenue growth slowing down in the following years, the Chinese market will still grow faster with an average CAGR of 15% by 2025. As per the report, China is forecast to become the world's leading IoT market in the next 3 years, with revenues growing to $6.6 billion. Despite a booming demand for IoT solutions and positive sentiment in the IoT community, as well as in most IoT end markets, IoT Analytics expects the chip shortage's impact on the number of connected IoT devices to last well beyond 2023. Let us now look into today's headlines in VAR India. Celebal Technologies raises $32 million. Celebal Technologies has raised $32 million as minority growth investment from Norwest Venture Partners. The investment aims to strengthen the startup's foothold in existing markets across North America, India, and the Asia Pacific, as well as fuel its expansion in new territories across Europe, the Middle East, and Japan. The funds would also be utilized towards increasing delivery capacity and building industry-focused solution accelerators. Government to introduce law to regulate digital media. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur said that the centre is working on a bill to regulate the digital media. With the development of electronic and digital media, communication of news has become multidimensional. The minister said that the process of registration of newspapers will be simplified and the central government will soon bring a new law to replace an 1867 Press and Registration of Books Act. Online retailer Meesho joins ONDC. Meesho has announced its integration with the government's open network for digital commerce to help connect buyers with hyper-local sellers and support India's vision of creating an inclusive e-commerce ecosystem. The e-commerce firm is the fourth unicorn to join the state-run ONDC after Paytm, Shiprocket and Dunzo. Meesho's ONDC pilot will be launched in Bangalore and later rolled out in other locations over a few months. Google messages to soon let users react with any emoji. Google is reportedly testing more emoji reactions for RCS chats and SMS texts on its Messages app. It will let users react to a message with an emoji other than thumbs up, heart eyes, laughing, shock, crying, and anger emoji. The search giant has added more emojis similar to WhatsApp, Telegram, and Slack. This will give users more ways to express their feelings in an interesting way. Currently, the new emoji reactions on Google Messages are limited to only some beta users. SBI to raise $1.2 billion via infrastructure bonds. State Bank of India is considering raising funds by issuing up to $1.2 billion of infrastructure bonds. The Executive Committee of the Central Board of the bank will consider the fundraising, including a green shoe option of 50 billion rupees. If approved, the fundraising would be through a public issue or private placement during fiscal 2023. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VAR India News Magazine. You can download the VAR India app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.